Next thing we want to talk about is physical inventory. We still do support these older style physical inventory scanners. Now, they're pricey, they're about $1,000 each, and they're not real time, but they work. We rent them out to you can buy your own if you want, but we rent them out to our clients if you want. And you scan the barcode, you type in 20, and all is well. But it's not real time with the system. We have a new device. Okay, you walk around, you do your physical inventory, and it's real time. It works the same exact way our iOS platform does. Has anybody ever done a spot check on the iOS platform with the Socket mobile scanner? No, really? Okay, this was made for a full inventory, thousands of items. The Socket mobile scanner on the iOS platform was made for a spot check. Hey, Cindy, go spot check the back shelf or my absolutes, whatever. And it works great. But there's a limitation with the iPhone itself. That's why we call it a spot check, like 500 items, all right? And it's real time. You post it, boom, there's your discrepancy report. This new device has no limitations, all right? And the best thing about this device is when clients want to rent out the scanner, we always got to program or reprogram the scanners for each client. That is no longer necessary. It's done, the setup is done within the DataLogic Lightning interface. Makes it really easy for us as a company. We're not going to micromanage the UPC-A, UPC-E, and UPC 128 codes, what each customer scans, because it's not always the same. So we have that setup built into the DataLogic scanner. Now you go around, scan it, 5. And you can work up to 9 of these in the same inventory. By the way, it's just like the iOS platform. Since no one's using the iOS platform, all right, which is really shocking, guys, because it's really well done. In the iOS platform, your iPhone or iPad, if you and I are doing a physical, I scan it, I type in 5. And you're behind me, you're doing something, you come over, scan it. On the iOS platform, say, hey, do you know Tom counted 5 of these 2 hours ago? You could go, no, this is a different section of the store, because sometimes the same bottle is in multiple locations. So to alert you, okay, Tom counted this bottle 5 2 hours ago. Nope, I want to go 8 more here. So we have the same functionality on the Android unit. It tells you what's going on. With those scanners over there, very old school, but they worked. That's a dead technology now. That's running Windows CE.
But you couldn't do a complete inventory.
This you can.
A complete,
Physical inventory. Yes, sir. With the okay, that was a fit.
That's what I have it for now.
Yep, I know you have those. And those are made for a full inventory.
Yep.
iOS platform was made for a spot check, 500 items or below, hence spot check. This has no limitation. It's designed for a full store inventory with multiple guns if you want. Now the problem, these guns are about $1,200. So people don't want to have 2 or 3 guns for their store that they use once a year. I get that. Right? That's why they rent them out from us. All right, you have 3, right, George?
Well, I do inventory 3 times.
Okay, 3 times a year. All right, but you're really on your game.
Yeah, I have. I think we have 4. How many of those? 4? I think.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. All right, you can still use the fully supported.
No, I know. I understand.
All right, so this new DataLogic scanner is wonderful, and you can do a multiple at the same time doing one physical inventory. Yes, sir.
She has offer inventory count. If somebody's purchasing in the liquor store from the old order, and we want to count the inventory, how much we have. You guys
Yes.
send somebody in to do that?
When a change of ownership takes place, that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, when a change of ownership takes place, we're notified in time. We send you a document you have to sign off on. Basically, pretty straightforward. What UPC A and E barcodes you read, we give you we make it idiot proof. There's a diagram there with the lead character, the transit number, and the middle 6 or middle 10. All right. We program the scanners for you and we ship them to you. So the day before your closing, you do the inventory with the scanner. It's pretty straightforward. It's really, you don't need any training.
Okay.
And then we download it in the morning. And then it gives you a discrepancy report, if that's what you're looking for, or an evaluation of your business. So when you go to sell your store, The latest full inventory done the day before closing has 8,000 bottles, total cost of goods, 300,000, whatever the value is. So yeah, this is a standard tool we use for physical inventory, and since the change of ownership is also called just a physical inventory. So we have that. But going forward in about 2 months, you can use our new tool.
When is that coming out?
This is probably about, well, there's a lot of variables. It's probably coming out in 60 days,
Okay.
all right? What we're doing something on this, a little taking it to the next level. May not apply to a lot of people in this store, in this building. Yes, a physical inventory, 3 people doing it at the same time. We're also having the ability to receive inventory from the scanner, all right? What happens is that you scan the barcode, 15 cases. Scan the Plex barcode, 12 cases. You cannot finalize it from here, nor can you enter the cost, because the cost is on the worksheet. You're not going to do this and juggle everything. But it'll be imported into Lightning. This is everything you scan. Now you have to go through it and look for the cost extension, make sure it matches the invoice. But you can walk around when the shipment comes in, you just scan it, do it from there. And the next thing we're going to do is the store transfer feature. Same concept. When you want to transfer merchandise, can't do it in New York.
Right.
All right? But I have customers outside of New York, all right?
I'm looking at you like.
Yeah.
Not in New York, right? But I could do an inbound, an outbound transfer. No, so that's the idea, the concept behind it. Phase 1 is the physical inventory aspect of it. Phase 2 is receiving inventory from the device, and phase 3 is doing a store transfer. Those are the phases we have on the development schedule already for this device.
And there's different UPCs on the cases, right? So it's gonna be able to scan cases when you receive?
But yeah, that's a warehouse code.
Yeah.
Be able to scan it, but that warehouse code has to be enlightened. And a lot of
Okay.
users don't have the warehouse
So
code.
we have to put it in like.
Yeah, but don't worry, when you scan it, it'll tell you not found. Then you can
Okay.
always add it as a second or third barcode.
Gotcha.
Yes, Rachel?
So I have a couple questions.
A couple? Uh-oh.
I understand the cost to buy it. What is the cost to rent it?
We charge $325 for 2 scanners.
Okay. Another question is, we do the spot check with the Android.
There is some, with Android or iOS?
Oh, yeah, the iOS.
We do have somebody here that does the spot check. Okay, good.
So
All right.
would those two talk to each other? Like if he used the iOS and I were to use
No,
the new one? would they
because there's a limitation on the iOS. All right, so we were thinking about that, but then it gets crazy because the iOS has a 500 count limitation. All right, and then we have to check it every time. That's maybe down the road, but right now, they're not going to talk to each other.
And last question is for transferring. When do you think that phase is going to roll out?
I don't want to overpromise, probably 6 to 8 months. Our first thing is getting the physical inventory done, which is almost done. Phase 2 is receiving of the inventory, and phase 3 is interstore transfers, which applies for you guys. But they're in Florida, by the way.
That's fine.
You're allowed to have a lot of stores in Florida.
Last question is, I understand the cost for renting. How long does that period allow you?
To rent it out?
Yeah, like what, because you know we have multiple stores.
Oh, no, it's per location.
So then we have to send it back, reprogram it.
No, your location, or any multi-store environment, the SKUs are always programmed the same. All right? So for your situation, do the inventory, no, fee once, I'm sorry, once. So you have to tell me you need it for like 2 weeks, all right? Now, you're not gonna get it for 2 weeks in January or February. You may get it for 2 weeks some road month we have, all right? So June, July, August, when no one's doing their physical, all right? Or you could just buy them, because it's such a nice tool. And you have multiple stores, you could justify the cost.
So you did any store?
What's that?
You didn't use it at any store?
Any store. When you have to log in, it has a typical Lightning login screen, with the login number, you're in that store, life is grand.
And transferring things.
Yeah, same thing. All right, so by the way, the software we're talking about, yes, you have to buy the hardware, obviously. The software on here is our Lightning inventory physical app. It's included in your subscription, there's no additional fee. All right, so what we're talking about here, everybody pays, let's say $169 a month. What happens is that gets you, obviously, Lightning Online Point of Sale, which is our primary application. It gets you Lightning for the iPad, Lightning for the iPhone, Lightning Emergency Mode. It gets you Lightning's physical inventory. It gets you Lightning for the digital pull display, which we'll get to in a little while. And it gets you Lightning for the kiosk. So all these are included in your fees, all right? So I'm not charging more money if you're gonna use the kiosk. It's gonna use the physical inventory tool. You're just buying the hardware, you download the software from the App Store, the Play Store, excuse me, and you're ready to go, all right? So you're getting a lot of value for your money, all right? So I'm glad to hear someone's using the iOS platform. Yes, sir.
Lightning for the Android.
Well, we use it in all the stores. We have iPads and socket mobiles. So on that, is it Android? I mean, it is Android, but is it something that you're writing proprietary towards, you know?
It's
or is it-
Android code, won't work on any other platform.
No, I'm saying in terms of when we use like Samsung tabs and some other scanners, because we have some of those floating out there right now.
It'll work on any Android device, but the software is written for a small screen. So what will happen if you take this software specifically made for this screen size and you put it on a 12-inch tablet? I don't know if it'll stretch or not. I don't know the answer. We didn't test that way,
Gotcha.
all right? And then you need a scanner,
I'm
obviously.
thinking of the 8-inch tablets, because we've been using the 8-inch tablet pairing with a data logic Bluetooth
8-inch what tablet? Android tablet?
Samsung.
Oh, you're running Lightning through the Chrome browser, right?
It's a $100 tablet. Yeah.
Yeah, you're running it through, you're running Chrome and running Lightning, the web version. It works.
It works.
Yeah, it works. And at the end, everybody knows you get the discrepancy report, all right? You get the discrepancy report on what's happening in your inventory for legal reasons or tax deduction purposes. You have the discrepancy report at the end of the printout. All right? But that, once again, it's all standard. That's not, we're not introducing that. That's been the platform for God knows how many years, all right?